welcome everybody. Welcome, who's the bitch? Oh yeah, welcome everybody. We're gonna hear the sitch. Oh yeah,
look at that. Rhyming on the fly.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Honestly, it's episode 52. If we don't know how to rhyme a bunch of things with bitch by now,
what are we even
wrong
doing?
With us.
I mean,
it is episode 52, which means we've been doing this podcast for 1 year. It feels like 10 minutes.
It has been.
I'm always like, I have a new podcast, but it's like now it's been around for a year.
A whole year. And it is.
Boo, 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 boo. Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us. And it is really crazy sometimes as two people that speak into a microphone for a living that you forget that some of the shows are new. But then I did just realize that we recently did, I think, the 758th episode of Page 7.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I mean, my other podcast has been on for like 5 years this winter.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it feels like a long time, but not a lot of time. I mean, time is a fucking
and yet still,
weirdo.
This is one of these years. I said this to you earlier. For me, this is a year where you age 10 years. And I feel like every once in a while, you get one of those years in life of like, oh, baby, hold on, because this one, you are growing, you are learning, and you just gotta hold on for the ride, you know? And it is, I feel like when you realize that you're going through something like that, it is kind of exciting when you're like, oh, wow, okay, this is, I feel like it's almost like a fast track of life of like, okay, I've got a lot of things to learn and this is a big transition and okay, because sometimes I feel like you have big transitions in life and you don't even realize they're happening until after they've happened.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I feel like this is actually, you know, it's nice. It's nice to realize it as you're
take
building
a moment,
trauma.
take stock.
Yeah, and really get in there. But you know, there's a lot of things going on out there right now. But don't worry, there's also a lot of things still happening in season 7 of Real Housewives of
my God.
New York
I'm
City.
obsessed with your journey. I'm so jealous.
Thank you. I feel like I haven't brought it up on here in a minute, and I feel like that is, I think, a blessing to a lot of people. But Kara, you're the only person I can talk to about Real Housewives.
I love being that for you.
And I need you in my life. And I just got past the throwing of the leg, the throwing of the prosthetic leg. And I guess I'm going to throw it out there for people. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me just give you a little, I guess, if this is a who's the bitch here.
Yeah.
Let's just say a housewife has a prosthetic leg and it is brought up all the time and it is included in scenes often. And at one point in the very end of season 6, one of the housewives calls the other one out and says like, you're so fake. You're such a fake fucking bitch. And then she just not even thinking goes, the only thing fake about me is this. She pulls off the leg, throws it on the table with the shoe on.
At an event.
At an event.
At an event that I believe was for charity.
Oh, it was, baby. And my favorite was because I'm going to throw this out there. I think I'm a Lou all day. I think I'm all Lou. I think I'm all Lou all the time. And I love that Luann, the first thing she said was, she's like, I wasn't disgusted because there was a table there was a leg on the table. I was disgusted because there was a shoe on the table. And I would have also felt that way with a shoe on a table when you're out in public. What are you talking about?
Oh my
and I
God.
feel like that does inherently kind of make the situation that like the person throwing the prosthetic leg is the bitch.
Yeah, you should remove the shoe before you throw your prosthetic leg.
You should at least.
It's just manners.
Right?
Come on.
Oh my God. Honestly, man, speaking of shoes, I even noticed red bottom shoes. Someone had red bottoms on at a function I was at over the weekend. I didn't. I noticed them from across the way. And later on in the party, I had to be like, I noticed your red bottom. Like, I've never noticed red bottom shoes before, but I felt like an elite. I was like, oh my God, I know what those mean.
Yeah, Louboutins.
Yeah, oh yeah, baby. They were beautiful. And she goes, I wear them like once every other year. She's like, I've had them for 25 years. I was like, now that's how you
she has like vintage Louboutins.
Oh man,
Damn.
they were beautiful. But she said they were all like, she's like, they're easy to walk in now. You know what? I claim bitch on that because they were like 7-inch heels. And I don't think any 7-inch heels ever get easier to walk in.
Especially if you're I guess if you've worn them like 20 times ever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess you get used to it. But I really wanted to talk a little bit more Housewives with you just because now someone sitting next to me on a plane noticed I was watching season 7, leaned over to me and said, is that season 7 of Real Housewives of New York City? And I said, yes. And he said, enjoy it, bitch. It's the heyday of reality. And Do you feel that's true? Season 7, where I'm at. Because right now, for those of you unaware, Real Housewives, this is when they bring, the bitch is back. Bethany's back.
Yeah.
And man, she is even bitchier than she used to be. And I just, the swath of warmth I feel listening to these women yell at each other.
I do think New York Housewives was at that time the far superior, franchise, everything about, but that's also because I was living in New York at that time, as were you. I loved watching where they were going, what they were doing. They were the craziest characters. They were all older women. Now it's these housewives are bringing in 30-year-old women. I don't want a 30-year-old housewife.
No.
I want you 50. I want you on a third marriage.
Yes.
50s, 60s. But throw a 70-year-old in there. I don't care. I liked that it was women of a certain age and that they were just popping off and acting wild. Listen, were we glorifying alcoholism at certain moments of those seasons?
Certainly.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
of
man.
course.
Sonia and Ramona, they might have problems.
Sonia had an issue and even Dorinda at a time I was like, girl,
I just am meeting Dorinda.
You're just meeting
meeting Dorinda.
Dorinda.
And she's dating the guy with the dry cleaning business. And I only met Dorinda for the one day she was on Traders because she only lasted the first day of Traders, but she's coming back
to the next season.
And I'm actually excited because now I'm getting to know Dorinda.
Yeah.
And I feel that I'm a part of the club.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. Dorinda's great. It's just think about how Sonia, when she's drunk, sure, she'll yell, but she's not mean.
Yes.
She's just kind of either dancing on a table and breaking it, or she's falling down, or whatever.
Or she's flirting with a very young man. Yes.
Dorinda, when she gets too drunk, it goes dark so fast. She will cut you.
Oh, yeah. Really? We're going to be scared of Dorinda.
Not physical violence,
but with the words.
She will take you down.
I'd rather get slapped in the face. Honestly, half the time, I think I'd rather, it's just hit me. Don't hurt me with your words, because that's going to last a lot longer for me mentally and anxiety-wise than for you to just hit me.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a trip to, I think, Ecuador where, it's one of the trips where multiple women shit their pants or their beds or on the floor.
Wow.
They show shit multiple times. It's so wild. They say it's the water. They say it's the water, but it's because they're all taking laxatives to lose weight and stuff. It's
of
nuts.
Course.
I feel crazy because these are real people, but it is. They signed contracts, and so they are characters to me in my stories.
Of course, they are characters.
Yes, but you're in such a golden spot because even first 2 seasons of New York, I always tell people start at the beginning so you get the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I'm in it.
First 2 seasons of New York are whatever, and then when you get into Scary Island and you get into the big trips where shit always goes wild and the throwing of the leg. I mean, you're really
we're in
hot time. Yeah,
and it's because not all reality shows start off as hot as a Mormon Wives, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, because I do want to bring up, because you said you did have an opinion, and I don't know what it is. The fact that Taylor Frankie Paul from the bitch of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the one that spurned all of, she's the one that went on and blew up all the mom talk stuff. She's the one on the show that is always just blowing up everybody's fucking spot.
She is one of these people that I don't know what it is about her, but she has main character energy.
She does.
I don't think she's smarter or funnier than some of the other girls. I don't know what it is.
It's that bitch appeal.
She just is, you just want to know what's going on with her. I'm telling you, her videos come up on my For You page. I don't even know if I follow her. Her videos come up and I'm I'm going to watch this. There's just something about her that I think she has main character energy. So I'm very interested because there's also something cool about the fact that she grew up in Mormonism and then just blew it up. She was in a full swinging scandal with all of these other Mormon couples. She blew it all up. She parlayed it into a really, really successful. She had a social media career, but she blew it up even a step further, got them a reality show off of it, and now she's going to be the Bachelorette. So it's she has literally done all this by kind of being I don't really care. I'm not going to kowtow to the Mormon church anymore, which I sort of love. I sort of love that she does that.
World of Bachelorette, Bachelor, where are you?
I am.
Are you
the
a
camp
virgin?
where I watched the early seasons. I watched like the Trista and Ryan seasons. I watched like the Andrew Firestone seasons. Like when this was on like 20 years ago. I don't ever watch it anymore. I watched a little bit of the Gabby season where it was Gabby and the other girl together.
Yes.
Because I would do Arden Marine's podcast, which is called Will You Accept This Rose?
Hell yes.
And I'd be like, oh, I got to know what's going on. And then I would sort of dip in or whatever. And if it's an interesting season, I'll sort of dip in and hear what people are saying. Like, oh, this season, like these guys are being really bad, or this is happening, or this one guy like didn't pick anyone or whatever. I'll dip in.
Okay.
But I'm not part of the nation.
Now, how do you feel about Taylor Frankie Paul
I'm
being
not part of the nation.
Bachelorette?
I wonder what they think. I'm really curious what Bachelor Nation people think. Because
there's a lot of anger.
I feel like people are going to, and tell me in a minute, but I'm postulating that they are angry because she is not like a perfect Bachelorette. You know what I mean? Like she has a past. She is divorced. She has another child out of wedlock. With another man. She her personal life is all over the internet. She this and that. Like I could see the Bachelor people that are like Bachelor and Bachelorette purists are like, why isn't she a vet tech with a cross on from Charleston, South Carolina, who's just looking for love and has a dead fiance. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of shit. Like for me, they want Macy. Is that her name?
Macy, yes.
Like they would go nuts if it was like Macy, a good Christian girl who's Mormon, like a good girl who's like, has had a tragedy in her life that's something kind of interesting about her, and had a kid with this guy really young, but then now has has a husband and whatever. Well, that wouldn't be on The Bachelorette, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they would be interested in her background. Taylor, I'm sure they all just think is like a vixen and like a whore, which even though I think she's cool and I think she's interesting, and what I'm interested in is I don't know who would be a good person for her. It's really hard with all the chaos about her on Mormon Wives. Who would be good for her? She's so chaotic. Like, she's so wild. And like, Dakota was a piece of shit kind of guy. And it's like, is that who she picks? Is like, does she keep picking guys like that? Because I don't actually think that's what her first husband was like. I think their thing broke up because of the swinging thing. That's why they broke up. So I'm interested to know, who are you looking for? I'm surprised she's even going on it, because I'm like, well, no, I'm not. Because for fame, it's like big. It introduces you to a whole new level of people.
Oh, of course.
But like,
especially this kind of like level of middle America, like the level of, and you are right, Kara. It is about like the fact that like the word baggage keeps coming up. They keep saying like, but the baggage she has, the baggage. And I will throw it out there that a lot of people are also saying, which I understand, that she has a history of domestic violence as well. Oh yeah. And is like openly has a history of domestic violence of like, why are we building this woman up that is not.
I forgot about that before I said all my things. But she hit Dakota a couple of times.
Yes, and also it's like there's a lot of stuff out there about how she treats her kids and things like that. So it's like not only is it the like.
I thought she loved those kids. From what I know, she loves those kids and is a great mom, but I didn't know any of that.
You know, some people see loving someone as being able to put their hands on them. So I feel that other people
But that's what I don't understand, that they would even greenlight her. Why is the network allowing that?
Because it's like it was.
Because I forgot about that, because in my mind I'm like, they don't care about somebody doing a swinging scandal. That's not illegal.
But it's on the show, like the actual, like the DV, like it does have, like her, remember when she gets picked up, like that was a part of the first season. Yeah. And so, and apparently that was not the first time. So there's also a lot of talk about that. And so.
Yeah, interesting. I forgot.
It is obviously a controversial choice because we're all talking about it. You know, it's like this, obviously they are getting what they want from it.
But they need to be reinventing the franchise. I am not saying give a platform to somebody with domestic violence. Right. That is not what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying if you're talking about like,
this is a show that's been going on for like 20 something years. Barely anyone stays together from it. Like, why are people still watching it? You got to like get people in there that are kind of wild, like a Taylor.
To get people to watch.
To get people to watch. That said, I'm surprised ABC Disney.
I know.
ABC Disney would allow that. Maybe it's like maybe like she actually hasn't been convicted.
I have no idea. I'm going to be real. This is just, I'm just talking about like what are the headlines?
Yeah.
Like what is being brought up because of it? Because at first I'm just like, hell yeah, she's a fucking crazy bitch. Yeah, put her on the show. And you're so right. But then it is all that side of it of like, yeah, I guess should we be fucking lifting up this person? Maybe it's like, couldn't we get one of the other? Like, honestly, I am going to be watching Dancing with the fucking Stars this year because Hilaria's on it, but so is Jen Affleck as well as Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So they're going head to head, and Corey Feldman is in this season. But that's what that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting conversation surrounding it.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, damn. Yeah.
But also, that's the thing.
She pled guilty.
That a part of it?
She pled guilty to a count of aggravated assault and a third-degree felony. So it's a felony. She had a plea deal, dismissed 2 other counts.
But am I gonna?
She never served any jail time, I don't think. Yeah.
But it would be kind of fun if rather than choosing like the upstanding great gentleman, it would be kind of fun. It's like, what if they tailored it for Taylor instead? It's like, why do you bring in the Dakotas? I want to see Dirtbag Bachelorette.
Oh, they're gonna do that.
I want to see.
They're gonna bring in bad guys to see if she chooses them, I think.
I also really like the Golden Bachelor. I like the Golden Bachelorette, but then the next Golden Bachelor, they brought him on. He's like, I don't want to date anyone under the age of 60.
My friend is the showrunner of that show.
No. Oh my God. So we're going to have to watch it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll watch
I think it's going to be, I'm going to watch it for her. And yeah, definitely like that guy. I think that's why people are going to watch it though. They're going to watch it to like see this guy be a dick. I think all press is good press. I hate to say it. It's like, did we talk about it on this podcast or did I talk about it somewhere else? Again, I'm living in a mush of my own words all the time, but like anything you ever see is press. Nothing is ever like just coming up. No one's ever just giving an interview because they got caught on the street. Like everything is orchestrated.
Yes.
Like, ABC didn't think, oh shit, we never even thought about these DV things. They know. This is all, everybody is extremely vetted.
Yeah, to talk about the controversy. And it's like, this stuff keeps happening. I mean, it's also why I kind of fell off a lot of my 90 Day stuff, just because they keep casting and I'm not saying don't cast convicts. I'm saying maybe look into what they've done in the past before you hire, before you put them on the show.
I know. Maybe I'm sure they're going to address it. Here's what I think the spin's going to be. They're going to address it. She's going to be tearfully crying about it.
Oh,
that's not who I am.
Not who I am.
That
I've
was
grown.
Alcohol, blah, blah, blah.
Which I'm not saying that a person can't grow. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. And then they're going to give resources. They're going to give domestic violence hotline numbers, etc. And they're going to chalk it up to saying, how many people have we reached though? How many listeners have we reached by telling this story? And how many people have we helped? I honestly think they're like, rather than if we had not had her on at all, we wouldn't have this conversation. And that's what The Bachelor's about, is having these tough conversations. I don't know. I hate to tell you, but it's like, I think I would watch with Taylor. I want to watch and see what she's going to do. She's so crazy. She has this, like I said, she has this main character energy, but I do not stand by any domestic violence of any kind. And
no, you heard it here first. Carol loves
you heard me genuinely be surprised. I completely forgot.
You completely forgot.
I completely forgot about that.
I wasn't trying to pull the rug. I wasn't trying to be like, because
I remember them having a drunk fight, and I was like, but I don't. And the cops coming. Yeah, but I didn't remember that she
where it went.
Hit him and allegedly threw a metal chair at him.
No, but also because while I watched all of that, I was mouth agape, just being like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I mean, that first season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is
crazy.
It's a great season of reality.
Yeah, we're getting another season before the end of the year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sorry. Okay, let's move on to what this podcast is
her
about.
Own grandfather. I know it's more than that.
Oh, and
Kara.
We're getting Salt Lake soon.
I know.
Oh,
that's sorry. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking of Mary Cosby.
Oh, we're going to get this year. We're going to get another season of Mormon Lives and Salt Lake. Why am I so drawn? Why am I so drawn to that area?
I mean, I've watched all 18 seasons of Sister Wives, so there's
my
certain,
God.
it really depends. Everybody's got a thing
And
that
Jackie
they should
and
be
I
ashamed
may
of.
or may not be going to see Meredith Marks do a DJ set together. We should go. We should go. We should go. All right, listen. Let's get on to our solicited advice. This is the submissions, the bitchuations that you guys write in, call in by accessing all the ways to contact us at who'sthebitch.com. Also, another shout out for the Bitchathon, which is tomorrow. The Bitchathon is tomorrow on our YouTube channel. It's going to be at 4 o'clock Pacific time. That's 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's, you can figure it out if you live in other time zones. And we are going to be taking your calls live. We will have fun little games, probably a guest or two. There'll probably be a fun person coming. To be honest, we're doing all the planning right after we're done recording now.
Yeah, so we don't know yet.
But we're recording this early. We're not recording it the day, but we're not planning this episode the day before the thing comes out. Anyway, we're doing the Bitchathon live. We're going to be there with our buzzballs. We're going to be in our caftans. You can appear on camera or not appear on camera when you call in. We want to talk to you. Come call in with your bitchuations.
Oh my God.
But
we have to find our witch balls. Did you see the witch balls?
Oh yeah, we got to get some of those.
There's witch balls.
There's witch buzz balls. We got to get some of those for sure. This is going to be us like hearkening in spooky season and the fall season on our fall bitchathon. So be there, be square on Thursday, September 25th on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@who'sthebee. Be there. Now, let's get to our emails.
Let's do it.
All right, first one.
You got
Hey guys, longtime Jackie fan and loving Kara and the show since it began. Finally have a bitchy story to regale, so let me get into it. My family and I aren't super close, but we text here and there. They all live 5 hours from me with my 3 siblings, all living in a house together with their spouses and kids. Yes, a little crazy, but it's working for them so far.
Wives.
That is truly like a reality show.
Wow.
Sorry, we've been talking about reality. Okay, that was Kara talking. Now it's regular. The other day, my brother and his longtime girlfriend, mother of his 2 young boys, announced via group text their engagement.
Congrats.
I am super happy for them and look forward to having her as my sister-in-law. If they ever get married, longtime engagements run in the family.
Okay.
3 days later, I received this string of texts from my mom. She is a possible narcissist at worst and emotionally unintelligent at best. Here's the text. And she sent me a screenshot of the text, which is, I love that. So here's the text. First, that goes, so you're my firstborn, super adorable baby girl. I'm sure you might not be happy, but I want you to know before anyone else, please don't say anything to kids yet. Doc and I are going to be married on the 18th. Honeymoon in Florida Keys. That's a string of 5 texts. Every sentence I said is its own text, okay? So back to this submission. Doc is her longtime boyfriend. That is fine, even though they do just act like children together all the time, getting high and drunk. Now, I'm trying not to be the bitch and be like, happy for you guys, but really all I can think is, why now? What the fuck? And what do you mean, don't tell the kids? You mean my adult-ass siblings who live 10 minutes away from you? But I digress. What I really need advice on, as I'm burying the lead here, is when to tell my family that I am pregnant with my second child. I am 12 weeks pregnant and I don't want to steal anyone's limelight. Well, mostly my brother's. My mom could go fuck ... Thanks, guys. Can't wait to hear your advice. Ashley. Congratulations, Ashley.
Oh my God. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations. Just, I hope that even you sending this to us, I hope it made you feel like, I just told somebody. And I want you to feel you should be congratulated because it's a tricky situation.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This reminds me of a show that I, follow in a lot of my, it follows along in a lot of my life lessons, which is Sex and the City.
Ooh,
when
okay.
Charlotte says, please don't fight. It's my wedding week. And Miranda goes, it's a day. You get a day. A little bit of this like, we've seen it on Vanderpump Rules with Stassi and her birthday.
Oh my God.
It's my birthday week. No, you have a birthday. Aside from we can give people the day that they announce their engagement. We can give people the day that they announce their pregnancy. Then it's on to a new day and other people are allowed to have milestones.
Yes.
I understand if you don't want to, I personally, my brother announced that he was pregnant, even though him and his wife were pregnant, even though I was pregnant. I wasn't announcing yet until full 3 months, and my baby was born first.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, that's fine. They're announcing, and this will be so funny in like 2 weeks when I announce mine.
Right.
Whatever. Like, it's like the limelight thing. I think you're being such a considerate bitch. You really are.
You are.
But no one has the right to be like, you're stealing my thunder on anything. I do doubt your mom's motivations here, though.
Yes.
I question your mom's motivations. It sounds like if your mom's a narcissist, then exactly what she thinks you think she's doing, she's doing.
Yes.
And let her go have her little fucking elopement and do her thing to try to get attention. I'm sure your brother and his girlfriend are doing their wedding far off from that anyway. Because your mom said
she's doing it fast.
that they're doing it on the 18th, I'm assuming, of this month. I'm assuming that honestly it's happening like it happened last week or something, like that it's already happened. So like let your mom do her little attention grabbing thing. And then, but I think you should just tell people whenever you want. Like you've probably already told them by the time this is coming out, because I can't imagine you're waiting. When you're 12 weeks, you're starting to show and stuff. But like in general, like I picked this call because I think there's a lot of like, I don't want to steal their thunder.
Right.
Stealing thunder would be like getting engaged at someone's wedding unless you've asked them and they love that idea.
Yes.
Unless they love the idea that love begets love, and like you can do that at the very end when everyone's drunk. You can like do an engagement.
Or announcing your pregnancy at their wedding.
Yeah.
That is, because again, it's their day. It is their day.
It's their day.
And it's like, even if you don't want to do it, the couple days leading up to it, just because it's so, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I think that you're so right, Kara, that Ashley's being such a wonderful, considerate bitch right now.
Yeah.
And what you are doing is not the same as what your mother is doing. I think that's also, I'm glad that I think that you needed to get this out to like, just to like be like, I'm not being her, right, in this situation, because you're not.
No.
You did not get pregnant just so that you could go. It's like, that is what your mother is doing. She needs this attention. She has to do this right now.
If I were you.
Ooh, what's this?
I would announce your pregnancy as a response to your mom finally texting everybody about her wedding.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
You should just give your mom a taste of her own medicine and go, oh my gosh, congrats, Mom and Doc. Also, while we're sharing good news, I'm pregnant with my second. I mean, honestly, like you said, your mom can fuck off, like steal a little bit of her thunder and then see how she likes it.
Yeah.
And be like, but I think in general, when people are all worried about like, well, my sister-in-law future sister-in-law and brother just got engaged. And like, now we can't possibly announce our engagement. It's like, yes, you can. Everyone's living their lives.
Yep.
No one is owning limelight
time.
and time and attention. And everyone should be able to spread the attention around to everyone in the family.
Yes.
Obviously there's psychotic things of like planning, like throwing your wedding 2 weeks away from someone else's wedding or doing stuff like that. That's crazy. But just like announcements about when that things are happening is not, you're not allowed to like block out months for these things. Like you're 12 weeks pregnant, girl. You don't have that much more time to hide it.
Yeah, it's time to tell people. Or if you feel uncomfortable sending it in a group text, you could also individually text people and just give them that individual so that it is not so much of a everybody out. If
that's what you want. Yeah.
If you want to. And if you don't want to, send that fucking group text, and everybody should be celebrating you. And I think that's wonderful. And it's horrible when it's like you see something like such a wonderful thing as getting pregnant, and like especially like for you guys, and it seems like a positive thing that you want, and then to immediately feel this weight of how am I even, because enjoy this, babe. It's like there's only a finite amount of time that you get. I mean, not that I'm saying that people enjoy pregnancy, but I imagine there are perks to some. And as someone that like has definitely thought in the past that I wanted to biologically have children just so that I would be taken care of and treated like I was a Fabergé egg for 9 months, which apparently is not enough of a reason to biologically have a child, because it's not all that.
Wouldn't do it just for that.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I guess it's not. It's not. Yeah. That's not like the reason, and that's not why you're doing this. So you're 12 weeks, babe. Yeah. Start telling everybody.
I say you steal your mom's thunder and see what happens. Please update us and tell us what happened.
I really
want to hear it. Okay, next, let's take a call.
Thank you for calling. Who's the bitch? Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep.
Hi, Jackie and Kara. Thank you for providing this free therapy and being the devil's on all of our shoulders.
Yes.
It's just thank you. So I already know that puberty is the biggest bitch in my scenario, but I'm wondering if I am also a bitch, and I'm very worried that I'm a bitch. So I'll get to it quickly. My child is about to go into 5th grade, but is very precocious. So they're 10 and a half, but they are 5 feet 4 inches, and have already experienced puberty, if you know what I mean.
Wow. Okay.
And, just to give a little genetic history, this poor kid had no chance. I got my period when I was 8. I'm 6 feet tall.
Oh,
my husband could grow a beard by the time he was in 7th grade. So,
damn. All right.
We really didn't set her up for success there. So, she's like already like at least 4 inches taller than all of her peers.
Oh,
like,
wow.
She's going into 5th grade, but she looks like she's 15. It's rough. And I know it's rough because I experienced that. I have been almost 6 feet tall since I was in middle school and, went through puberty really young. So I know that some of this is like my stuff, and not hers. Anywho, so she has body hair. And at the beginning of the summer, her friends were kind of like making comments about how hairy her legs are. And she asked me if she could shave. And I am like body autonomy. Like you do, as long as it's not hurting yourself or other people, like you do whatever you want to do, and whatever makes you feel comfortable in your body. So got her all the shaving stuff, and she's been shaving her legs all summer.
Okay.
And, kind of like in the middle motivated about it, like if we're going to go to the beach or something, she does it, but otherwise kind of laid back. But she's been really against shaving her armpits. There's this like band that my husband listens to that has a female lead singer who has big hairy armpits, and she thinks it's super badass. Great, cool. Well, last night was back to school night, and one of the like main mean girls, like head queen bee mean girl in 5th grade, saw my daughter's armpits and like made comments about it and was like laughing about it. And I got panicked. Like, I don't want her to get bullied. I don't want her to feel shitty about herself, but I'm also like, yay, do whatever you want with your body. Anyways, by no means did I force her, but I kind of was like, hey, how are you feeling about your armpits? I can shave them for you. Do you want to try them out? And anyways, we shaved her armpits. And now I'm feeling like I'm such a bad person. And I'm the bitch because I like forced my kid to, I didn't force, but you know what I mean? Like I kind of was like, hey, you should probably shave your armpits so you don't get bullied. I didn't say those words at all, but that was my intent. And that was what was behind it, rather than just like, rallying and being an ally behind however she wants to like appear and be and exist in this world. And now I feel like I'm a huge bitch, but also like, please help me with like, how do you balance letting your kids be who they are and also balance like the bitchery of like tween girls? Like they're so fucking mean, and I don't want her to get bullied, and I don't want her to get picked on. And I know that that's not like the best reason to do anything. But anyways, puberty is definitely the biggest bitch. Mm-hmm. Precocious puberty is a huge bitch. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'm a bitch. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Oh my God, I love this.
And forever peer pressure is the bitch.
Oh my God.
I'm throwing another one onto the pile that peer pressure is the bitch. And that comes down to all of us, not just kids, because this is also a peer pressure from you in some capacity, like that. I feel that the mom is also feeling a pressure of peers of like, oh,
yeah, because we look at it as like, well, this is just something we could solve so quickly and it would just make this one thing go away.
Especially as a parent, how do you feel about that?
What's the next thing after that? And what's the next thing after that? I think it's like, I absolutely understand what you're saying. Like, listen.
Oh, yeah. You are not, I need you to know
you didn't
you're
do
not
anything
bitch.
bitchy.
No. You're trying to help your kid. And that at the end of the day, and I appreciate you right in, but I just need up top, you are not a bitch for doing this. We understand.
No, because she already came to you about shaving another part of her body.
Yes.
So it's like not weird that you'd be like, oh, by the way, if you want to do this one, but like she doesn't know that that's where you were coming from. You do. So I think like you're feeling like a bitch because it's your own, you're feeling guilt.
Right.
I don't think she knows about that. I think if you really want to like totally absolve yourself. Just like have a conversation with her
Talk
and
to her
just be
about
like, hey, did you, because I personally shave my armpits because I like the way it feels. I don't have a
also
problem.
same.
I like smooth armpits. I've gotten mine lasered. Like they're now lasered and barely any hair comes in and I like it. That's my preference. I think I have no problem with hairy armpits when I see somebody with them. I'm like, great, good for you.
Of course, but it is a very easy thing to be made fun of for
when you're that young.
When you're that young.
But I would just have a conversation with her and just be like, I just don't want you to feel as though I was pressuring you in any way to do that. Or I guess I would start with like, how did she feel? Did she like doing it? Was that something she liked doing? Was she like, I don't know, I got razor burn. It's actually, I kind of wish I could go back to my long armpit hair. Then do it. Like, let's just like have an open dialogue. Like, how did it make you feel to do it? Because I don't want you to do anything that is to appease other people in school. Like, I think teaching our kids to like be strong and like stand up for themselves. And like, I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect at this at all. I'm constantly like, could we please tie your hair back? It is looking so ratty and crazy in the front. And because my daughter will only wear her hair down and flowing and into her food and in her face. It's
She's
so
just
crazy.
a lovely,
and I'm
wild
like, just
child.
please for the not factor alone. Like, but I'm not even doing that because I think she's getting made fun of. She's so young that it's like, that's not even like that's
there
really
yet.
not, we're not there yet with like people making fun of appearance. Or if it ever comes up, I'm always like, I nip that shit in the bud. But like, I think it's like just teaching her all the stuff you just said, like acceptance of your own body, making your own choices, like doing things because you want to. And then you can just tell the queen bees to fuck right off. The only reason they're making fun of you is because they're insecure and they're jealous. Truly, they're jealous that you have the confidence to do something like that they think is...
Kids that age don't know that that's why they're making the comments that they're making.
Sure, but you just having that conversation with your daughter, I think, is going to make the whole difference, that she just feels like she has the permission from you to be like, oh yeah, I can do whatever I want. And maybe I'll shave my pits 1 month and then maybe I'll go 6 months without shaving them. And then maybe I'll do it again because it's bothering me. Like,
yes,
she can do whatever the hell she wants.
That is the smartest thing, Kara, when you said, how did it make you feel?
Yeah.
I think the circle back is where you're going to deal with now mom has to deal with some of the guilt of where you were at and talk to your kid like, now how do you feel about this? And you're so right. The circle back of coming back around to, because the conversation's not finished.
Yeah.
And maybe that's also why you're feeling so like, because it's not like a perfect little like wrapped up in a package kind of thing. This is going to be a continued conversation, but also you're already building your kid to give them, like, she has bodily autonomy, and that is the hugest gift you could ever give to a child, especially a child going through puberty. As someone that also went through puberty early.
Yeah.
And what did I do? I made fun of other people who were going through it as well, because I was so uncomfortable and I was so judged and I was so looked at. And how many times that, like, I remember specifically, I didn't want to get a bra because I was like, I don't want one. And my mom was like, I specifically remember my mom was like, but I was young. I was 9. And I was like, I don't want to wear it. Like, I don't want to do it. And she's like, because it was becoming an issue. And she kind of was like, she's like, you're starting to grow up and this is part of growing up. And it was because kids could see that I had tits forming and I was being made fun of for it.
I wore a bra the first day of 6th grade, which is a year past this. So 2 years older than probably you were. And months later, the most popular girl in school goes, did you wear a bra on the first day of school? And I was like, it was a training bra. My mom made me wear it. Like, and it's literally been like a core memory, like my entire life. Like, just, it wasn't even like she was even making fun of me. It was just that she clocked it and was like pointing out. And I was just like,
well, and that's what, like, the person calling in was trying to shield their kid from. And like in the same way of, that, like, we all remember the smelly kid in class and stuff like that, and that just doesn't know, or that there's just like the ones that they're not washing their hair properly, so like they kind of like their hair really reeks and things like that. And you were trying your best, but now that's where you solidify it. that circle back of like, and how do you feel about it now? And what do you want to do in the
you
future?
seem like you've got a great relationship with her. And I think also just like, I'm sure you already have, but like relaying like, girl, I went through all this too.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure
my mom like never told me any of that. My mom was never like, yeah, I got my period in an embarrassing way too. Like we just didn't talk like that. And I think it's like, would be so great for you to be like, ugh, I also was shaving at this age and blah, blah, blah. And then like talk to her about how she felt about the armpit thing. And then like, if she does say, I'm just doing it because I don't want to get made fun of and I just think it's easier, I think you should like then continue the conversation and go, yeah, but then like what if they say they don't like your Doc Martens?
Right.
Then
And
what
then
if they say that they think that the band t-shirt you're wearing is lame? Are you going to start wearing pink all the time?
Right.
Are you going to start wearing your hair in pigtails? Like when does it end? If you just let popular girls or whatever, queen bees and mean girls run your life, when do you ever get a chance to be yourself?
And there's so much of that push and pull in puberty of trying to learn what you like. Because it's like, this is really hurt. It's like, what are the different puberties? It's like like when you're 3, it's like technically it's another puberty. It's like we go through multiple puberties in our life and that you are a completely, like this is all new. This is all like, and you got to figure out what you like.
Yeah.
And so if other people are telling you what you're supposed to like, but we all know peer pressure is real.
Yeah.
And if she feels more comfortable, then she feels more comfortable.
Just an open dialogue about that, I think, is the only thing. But I don't think you should feel upset about yourself.
No,
it's
I
not
just
like
wanna
you
hug
said.
you
didn't say get in there and shave those pits. You look like a dirty hippie.
No,
like, come
and
on.
also-
and plenty of kids' moms are saying shit like that to them. So.
Exactly. And the fact that like you're saying like you've been over 6 feet tall since you were her age, or around her age too. So it's like you do know what going through and like being a tall girl, which is so crazy that like things like any difference and just being a tall girl, I'm sure Natalie says this all the time. She was brutally made fun of for having tits and being tall. And it's like, as a fat young kid, I like would have looked at someone like Natalie and be like, you've got nothing that people would ever judge you about.
Yeah.
You have nothing. But then it's like also remembering that, like reminding your daughter too, like maybe the girl that's saying things like that, maybe she's got some things that she also isn't comfortable with, and reminding her that like a lot of peer pressure comes from, a sense of them not knowing themselves, so they want to other people.
Yeah. And also projecting their own stuff. Like you were going through puberty early and you were making fun of people who were going through puberty early.
Of course,
just
I was
projecting.
snapping bras and shit like that because I was so embarrassed that I was wearing bras, so I just took it out on other people.
Oh God!
My God!
I'm
Puberty is the bitch.
I'm not looking forward to like
watching them
anything
go through
past
it.
like third grade. Anyway, third grade's probably bad too, but who knows? Thank you for writing in. I hope your daughter and you have like a great conversation about this, because I just think it's so cool. Anyway, how you're coming at
talking about this
and like. I get there's the balance, and it's like, listen, if you want to do this, that's fine. If you want to do this just to avoid getting bullied, but like, I just want to make sure you realize that, like,
don't do things.
You don't have to do things for other people, And
also, you can say that till you're blue in the face.
Well, you could give tons of examples of people who just did whatever the fuck they wanted in life and how it worked out for them. I mean, there's like movies about this shit now,
If you could explain to her LPN, and just if you could explain to her how weird
the Misfits.
Henry and I were, how weird all of us were, and look at us now.
Yeah. We're still weird as fucking hell.
God, we're weird as fuck.
Still so fucking weird.
But we didn't bend to their will, okay?
You win.
All right.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Jackie.
You got
Hi, Kara and Jackie. Long time, bitch. First time submitting, so I'll get right into it. Okay, so boom. I have known my friend Jeremy, alias, since high school, so about 14 years. We've always gotten along great, similar interests, a shared love for science, good conversations, the works. I went to college in a different town and currently live in another city, while he remains in our hometown. After a few years of distance, we kept up like pen pals, checking in with long messages every couple of months, and I would try to spend time with Jeremy and our mutual friends whenever I was back for the holidays. A few weeks ago, I was thinking about him and decided to give him a call, and that's when I found out he had blocked my number. This came out of the blue to me because we've never had any conflict between us or any of our mutual friends that would have impacted our friendship, so it kind of hurt. And also, I just miss my friend. Neither of us have any social media that I would be able to lightly cyberstalk around. I was looking for advice from one of my closest friends, and their partner suggested I try *67 calling Jeremy, which is some ancient technology that I had forgotten about. A part of me believes that I should leave him alone because if I care about him and his happiness, then I should accept that me being cut out of his life is what's best for him. However, another part of me objects to the notion that nobody owes you anything because I believe that community, friends, and loved ones absolutely owe each other support and communication. Would I be a crazy bitch if I tried *67 calling his number and asking what's up, if he even answered? Is Jeremy the bitch for blocking me with no explanation? Love the pod. Love you ladies. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this. Tony. Also, I couldn't for the life of me easily say *67 because I've always heard *69, but I guess they probably changed that a long time ago because it's very nice.
Yeah.
*69, right?
Well, *69 I think you can still use on a landline, but *67 I remember using also, so stuff wouldn't
So what is, so it is...
It basically erases your ID. So like, we used to do that back in high school and stuff too, because you'd call someone, you'd call like you were telling your mom you were somewhere, and you'd be like, I don't want to, it's going to come up as my friend's house on the caller ID. So you would do *67 and be like, I'm at Maggie's house.
You just threw
even though
me
you're not.
back into time, and you're so
Remember?
right. That's definitely what we use this for.
So that it wouldn't come up on like landline caller ID. But now we're talking about, okay, first of all, Tony, I sympathize with your, we get a lot of talk about ghosting and people cutting off friends and stuff like that on this podcast. I'm just wondering how you know he blocked you. I know when someone blocks you, it goes straight to voicemail, but like, is there another way that you know that you were blocked? Like, is there a message that said you've been blocked from this number? Because I don't understand how you're positive. And have you tried maybe calling from like a landline or like another number just to like double check? Like, because I think before jumping to the fact that you've been completely blocked, it's like, is it possible he got another phone and that number's not like in service, or like what, you know what I mean? Like, what is making you so positive that you're blocked?
Right, because, I am just straight up looking this up because it was like, is there like a definite way to know?
Because I looked up, how does it look when someone blocks you? And it says usually your call just goes right to voicemail.
Right to voicemail.
And you can test it by having someone else call their number that would not be blocked.
Which you can definitely do. And I feel like, as someone I am, and I'm not just throwing stones here, I am a jumper to conclusions.
Yeah.
And I tell you, my anxiety gives me quite the rigmarole up there of what I think other people are thinking about me. And man, you really can spiral about that. But yes, you're right, Kara. How do we definitely know?
Because if there hasn't been an inciting incident, and I'm not saying that people don't just cut each other off kind of for no reason.
Sometimes they do.
There can be a million reasons why he's like, you don't try hard enough when you come home to see me. I'm dating someone and they don't want me to be friends with any of my old friends. I mean, like, who knows?
Who knows?
It could absolutely be something about you. It could be something not about you. We just don't have any information. I don't think it's weird for you to try to get in touch. Like,
I don't think it is.
Is like, I understand there's like no social media. There's not like, maybe you could send an email and be like, hey, I was trying to get through to you. Like, I don't know. I think trying his number from a different line to make sure that it's like working.
One of your other friends from back home, like if you could like have, since it seems like you guys are all still friends, call up one of them.
Yeah, and be like, hey, I tried to get in touch with Jeremy and it's like not, it's going right to voicemail.
Have you texted him recently?
Yeah.
And just like, and try it that way to see if there is a way through. Because also there are times when like maybe they just like, maybe Jeremy couldn't talk to you for a time period, and then every time you happen to call, it was I'm shutting off the ringer kind of thing. Because I feel like I've got lots of friends of mine that do different kind of like creative, not even just creative, but just work things that if I know it's going right to voicemail, or if I see, like the do not disturb or something, it's like, oh, they're probably just working and they're probably still working and they haven't been able to get back to me, and they're like, see you calling and like, oh shit, I meant to get back to them, and you have to silence it again.
Yeah.
There's just so many ways
totally
that this could have gone. Because I also, the question too, was it just the one time you called?
Yeah, like, Yeah, I guess it's like, it seems like it was a few weeks ago you tried to call him and then you knew. I just want to know how you knew and like if you've tried again. And like, I don't think you'd be a crazy bitch for trying *67, but it's like, if this is like, okay, if you try *67 and you get through to him, then
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Just say, hey, I
bring it up.
I wouldn't bring up that you *67. He's not going to know that. I would just try to talk to him and feel out if there's an issue. If you don't feel like there is an issue, then I don't know, if this is a guy that actually did cut you off for no damn reason, he's probably not going to pick up a random number.
He's not going to pick up I wouldn't pick up a random number.
But at least then you could leave a voicemail.
Yes.
And go, hey, it's me, Tony. I'm just trying to get in touch with you. Give me a call. I just wanted to catch up. I hope everything's good with you. Like, I would just like play it chill because I don't know. I feel like we're jumping a bit to a conclusion here that he's cut you out of his life when you guys have been good friends for 14 years and did not have a falling out.
Right. Yeah.
Because if that is what happened, please call us back and let us know, because then that is a whole other like sad trauma that happens all the time when people are like, I don't know what happened. We literally have probably 20 submissions like that in our spreadsheet of like, this was a good friend of mine. Suddenly she just won't answer my calls, doesn't really text me back, like is ghosting me. There's a million ways people grow apart, but it is exceedingly rare for it to be this aggressive with no kind of reason. Unless you've done something really fucked up that you're obviously not disclosing to us, but like it sounds like you have no idea what's going on. There wasn't even a fight. So I would do a little bit more investigating before we get into like a whole *67 situation. Just call from a landline, call from another line. I don't know.
Did you guys ever have any
call from
kind
Google
of beef?
Voice? Call from Google Voice. That'd be like a random number. And then just be like, yeah, my phone's fucked up, so I was just using my computer. I mean, like, I don't know. He's not going to ask you, how come your number didn't show up? Like, that's like the least of the problems is like the ins and outs.
Unless he's already cut you off and he's upset that you call. I mean,
yeah, but then he's not picking up.
You're right. He would.
Then I don't think he's picking up. So I need a little bit more information from Tony.
You're right.
Like let's make sure that this is, but because I agree with you, I do think people as friends, like we do owe each other communication. Yes. Yeah. I think if you're going to cut somebody off, you owe them to say, hey, XYZ things have happened. I'm at a place in my life where I really like don't feel like our friendship is serving me right now. Right. Let's revisit whatever you want to do. But I think we kind of owe people that. But at the same time, I'm being a hypocrite because I've definitely like let myself just drift from people and not done that.
But it was also because I didn't want to keep up the friendship.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, sometimes things naturally come to an end. But I mean, if you still see each other for the holidays, I feel like that's friends with holidays. I call them friends with holidays. I mean, usually that's in reference.
With holidays.
I call them friends with holidays if like I always wanted a friend with holiday where you go home and you bang somebody over a Christmas vacation and then you don't. So I'd call them friends with holidays. But also friends with holidays are just, the people you see when you go back to your hometown. And that's not usually somebody
it's like
you talk
friends
to all
with
the time.
benefits with a little peppermint sprinkled on it.
A little peppermint in there. A little bit of Christmas magic,
yeah.
I always wanted it. I love the Hallmark movies. Like, I love all that shit. I always was like, and then maybe in my hometown there's a lumberjack and he wants to take me away,
Yeah, or like maybe you'll run into an old high school crush at one of those Thanksgiving get-togethers and like whatever.
You hear the stories sometimes. I tell you.
You hear it. You sometimes hear it. Okay, let's get to our next submission. This is a bit long. I've tried to cut it down, but good evening from Ireland. I'm gonna do this whole thing in an accent. I'm just kidding.
I'm
not. I could never.
I would. I mean, I'll listen.
To a long-time Jackie Stan. She says, good evening from Ireland to a long-time Jackie Stan. Thank you for being a role model and voice for showing how funny and kind the chaotic queer people can be and how there's always a light to find in the dark.
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
An immediate Kara Stan since episode 1, but also cemented by your LPN Funhouse guest spots.
Yes.
Wow. Sometimes you just got to go on a show and put a shot collar around your arm and turn it to 100 to get people to like you.
Yeah, you're damn right.
That's okay.
You're damn right.
She says, you are amazing. This podcast is important. Sycophantic babble out of the way. I want to be a bitch, a cunt even. Okay.
Yes.
Context. I am a queer cis woman in my 30s and I'm trying to be empathetic and see the other person's POV, but I can't help but think she's being not just bitchy, but cunty, and I am livid.
Ooh, okay.
My friendship group is found family, and one of my closest friends is like my little brother. We are no secrets, no filter. We both are neurodivergent and don't have to mask with each other, which is wonderful. This is relevant to the story. We'll call call him Jesse. Enter the bitchuation.
Okay.
He met a woman 18 months ago who he really likes. We'll call her Rose. She's very anxious, and I have a lot of empathy and patience because we want to build people up, right?
Hell yes.
Make her feel comfortable and part of the group. Last night was a close friend's 40th birthday. Rose shows up separately, is acting a bit nervous, so Jesse goes to get her a drink, and I do the check-in. She said she's fine in a shrill, I'm obviously not fine voice.
Fine.
And then the writer says, sidebar, Jesse's autism for him means that he does not notice sarcasm or passive-aggressive comments like this.
Aha.
If someone says they are fine, he takes that as a given.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
The writer says, I'm getting some air and I do small talk with Rose, trying to see if she's just feeling a bit anxious and see if I can help. Rose mentions her older sister is getting engaged. I congratulate, ask how she's feeling, and she just goes, quote, just kind of makes me feel like I'm going to die alone. I'm 35, still haven't found the one, so I guess, yeah, I'll die alone. End quote. She is deadly serious saying this. My best friend, her partner, and they are planning on moving in together soon. This bitch feels she has not met the one.
Whoa.
Why the fuck are you moving in with my baby brother then? I calmly ask if she's talked to Jesse about marriage and told him how important it is to her. She says he should know. I say, dude, we're in our 30s. You've not even moved in together, and it's only been like 18 months anyway. She says if it was going to happen, it was going to. He's just not the one.
Whoa.
End quote. Yeah. What the fuck? She follows with, quote, we may look like the perfect couple, but you don't see what it's like. It's not perfect. End quote. Later, she's deep in conversation with some random dude. Jesse says he's glad to see her having fun. Oh. We go dance, and when we come back, she's basically on this guy's lap. The rest of our group don't know this dude. He's just some straggler, and we are all making faces trying to get her to come dance with us. She says no. Blanks Jesse some more, which... This person's from Ireland. I like blanking. Is that a thing?
Blank.
Like,
yeah,
is that
I
just
love
kind
that.
of like ignoring him?
Which,
okay,
great.
Yeah, blanks Jesse some more. I ask if he's okay. He says, I'm not going to be a dick and go, yo, that's my girl. She's not my property and I trust her completely. I love her. Just because she's made a male friend, I'm not going to be a dick about it.
Which
okay,
is
we love a
very
progressive
sweet.
king.
I appreciate that, but when she's sitting on his lap, but
Yeah.
all right, but okay, we'll continue.
We end up peeling her off this guy and we walk home. She's shit-faced and starts talking about how if she was single, she would have gone home with the creep. Jesse doesn't hear this, but everyone else does. Awkward silences all around. Everyone is mad at Rose. I am fucking furious with Rose. What I got from last night plus 18 months of boundary pushing / shitty comments to me is that she wants Jesse to be a different person and that she feels left out. She has explicitly said multiple times she is jealous of mine and Jesse's friendship and makes comments about my appearance and my weight that make me uncomfortable. Not good. I have tried genuinely very hard to welcome this person, have been nothing but pleasant, but telling your partner's best friend that you don't think your partner is, quote, the one or the right fit, and then you flirt with some cunt for 2 hours and don't join in with our friend's 40th despite multiple attempts to engage and join in, then publicly embarrass my boy with saying out of his earshot how she'd like to fuck that dude if she wasn't with Jesse to all of his friends.
Yeah.
My predicament is that I want to go off and say she cannot just use Jesse as someone who she's almost settling for so she doesn't quote unquote die alone. He deserves so much better than that, but so does she. I'm so angry and I know we don't act out when we're angry, but I've never wanted to actually do something so bitchy this badly in my life.
Get you.
Please tell me I can just set her rubbish bins on fire or summon a poltergeist to fuck with her furniture.
I wish you could.
So these are the options that they present.
Okay.
A, do and say nothing, chalk it down to drunk bullshit despite knowing it wasn't because of months of context and it's not my relationship. B, set fire to her bins.
Love that you saved that for B, though, and I love that.
Yeah. C, tell Jesse in a calm way that Rose brought up engagement and marriage, and is that where you see it going, and to communicate this to each other. D, tell him everything. E, big time tell Rose off. I also know she will say she doesn't remember saying this, by the way. F, a sensible option. Or G, am I the bitch for being angry at her words and behavior?
No.
Let me know. Furious, loyal listener Ramona, hail who's the bitch.
Love you.
Okay, Ramona.
You are not being the bitch in this situation.
You're not being a bitch because right now you're just angry and you're actually coming to ask us for help and hopefully other people. You're asking people around in your life, like, what should I do?
Out the gate, I'm going to throw it out there as somebody that has watched, I don't want to say my boys, but my boys have, in the past chosen poorly. And there were times that I have been the bitch in a situation of going to them to say, hey, not telling them everything, but more of like where is this going? Is this the person that you want to continue doing life with, like before you move in with each other? But like, I think honestly, kind of a mixture of C and D. And I think going and talking to Jesse, but not going and being like, and then she did this, and then she fucking did this, and then she fucking did this. I think it's going to mean like, what is going on? Because like she was saying this stuff about how you're not the one. Like, why was she saying that stuff? Like, are you guys talking about that? Like, is that what you want? Like, maybe I truly feel sometimes people find themselves, especially when they have spent so much of their lives like having difficulties communicating with people, that when they find someone that they get along with, and I'm saying this as a neurospicy ass bitch, that like I always thought, oh, I'm just broken, so I should just take whatever I can get. And I never want any of my friends to feel that way. And that, not that I'm saying that Jesse feels this way, but I do wonder, is there any of like well, I've got this girlfriend and she is really nice to me, or at least so he thinks, or is it just that he saw everything that was going on and it does not bother him? Because maybe it doesn't bother him. Maybe the fact that she's saying he's not the one for me, but I'm going to move in with him and I'm going to do all this stuff. Maybe if you go and talk to him, he's like, oh, but that's just who she is. And that's just the way our relationship is. I'm going to judge it. Yeah. But maybe that's the relationship they have. That's why going and speaking calmly to Jesse about this, just to see, what do you want in this relationship? And sometimes nobody's been asked that question.
Yeah. Like if you go talk to him, because he is like your little brother, and you're just like, where, like, so you guys are about to move in together. Like that seems like a big step. Like, are you feeling like marriage is in the cards? Like, is that like what you're envisioning for the future of this relationship? If he says yes, I would be like, have you spoken to Rose about that?
Yes.
Because she was making some comments the other night about feeling like she might never, that maybe you guys weren't destined for marriage. You know, it's hard because I do kind of feel like the way that you're describing this is like, this girl is an asshole. She makes insensitive, shitty comments. Yeah. And she's using your friend as a placeholder because it's more fun for some people to have a boyfriend
than to not.
Partner than to not. And it's nice to have somebody to go to things with and whatever. I'm sure she likes him just fine, if not loves him. But to out loud say stuff like that, like
to
that's
his
cruel.
Friends as
to his
well,
friend,
it is
like
cruel.
That's cruel stuff. And it's like, I want to think that maybe this is just stuff she's telling you because she wants you to tell him, because she doesn't have the balls to bring this stuff to him and say, our relationship's not perfect. I'm not like. I think you need to bring this stuff to him before they move in, because that makes everything so much more fucking complicated.
Yes.
Especially, and like, he's your friend, and you know how to present these things to him, whether or not, like, I'm not going to be able, or Jackie's not going to be able to give you some cookie cutter layout plan of like, here's exactly what you should say. And then if he says this, say this, because you know him better than any of us. You know, like how his autism manifests and how he's going to take things in a certain way. And maybe he does just need to hear straight up, like, she says that your relationship's not perfect, and
that you're not the one.
I get the feeling maybe you can just say stuff without. I would say things without being specific. Like, she was giving me the impression through some of her drunken ramblings that this relationship maybe doesn't have like a super long future, or like that you're maybe not the one.
Because also it is,
but that's so mean too. I'm trying to avoid like her saying that you're not the one. Like that, but she seemed to think that you guys weren't on the same page about marriage.
Right.
She seemed to, I got an idea that you guys are not on the same page about this. And I think maybe you guys should just talk. Maybe he's going to tell you to butt out. Maybe he's going to talk to you about his deepest hopes and fears and dreams. I don't know. Like, I don't really know much about Jesse other than, yeah, he seems like he's a guy that is respectful of his girlfriend and giving her like space, but then she does this disrespectful shit, like lying all over a guy and talking about possibly fucking him. Like, you know,
it's disrespectful.
Being disrespectful. So it's like, I want you to come to Jesse as like, what I saw was your partner being sort of disrespectful. I don't want to get in the middle of you two, but you're my like basically little brother. I consider you like family. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that I saw your partner doing something that I gauged was disrespectful.
Right, because especially even in this situation, let's say they had gotten into a huge fight and that's why they showed up separately. And maybe, you know, it's like I feel like all of us have been in a place before where you've gotten into a fight with a partner and then you go out and you get too drunk and maybe you're saying shit that you really shouldn't be saying and maybe you're saying shit that she doesn't really feel. Because like it could also be that situation. You don't know right now. Not that I'm saying anybody should disrespect their partner in that way. I'm just saying in this situation that like also making sure that like, you know, I'm sure Jessie also was aware of the fact that she was very inebriated at the time. But unfortunately, while you can't take anything that a very inebriated person says, you can't really take it seriously, but also isn't there part of you that makes you feel like you should take it even more seriously because they're uninhibited and because they are saying more of how they really feel?
Like a little bit of a truth serum.
You know, and like that is the back and forth of that kind of situation when everybody's out and it's like,
right. Because
I also don't know if Jessie's going to be like, she was drunk. What are you so upset about? You know what I mean? Like, so we need an update with this. I would really love an update because I'm sure you're going to talk to Jessie about this, but I'd love to see, because even if he still wants to move in with this girl and he's still definitely, maybe if there's a way for you to be like, maybe you're not both on the lease. Maybe you get a lease and maybe you don't. Like ways in which you could help him a little bit.
Because I also think it's like okay for you to go to your really close friend and say, I don't know, I'm like saying this, but then I'm also kind of like, would I do this? Like go to your really close friend and be like, I really didn't like the way that she was treating you last night. And to be honest, she said a couple of really disrespectful things to me before about like my weight and appearance. And she kind of continues to do it. And I feel like I've been trying to really welcome her into our group. So I'm a little bit disappointed. And like, maybe like you could just say something like, I think I'm going to like have to distance myself from her a little bit, but then that feels kind of like you're like,
ultimatum,
and that hurts me.
Right.
It hurts because I don't want to be distanced from you. And I know you love this girl, but I can't stand by and watch you be disrespected. Like, and then also have her disrespect me. I mean, she does sound like she sucks. It sounds like you don't like her.
Yeah, it sounds like she sucks.
Sounds like you literally are like obligatorily hanging out with her because you have to, because she's your friend's partner. And who among us has not been there? We have all been there.
We've all been there.
Many of us continue to be there.
We all
like,
been there.
Trust. But yeah, I sort of think like no one's going to know how to bring this to him other than you, the specific way to bring it to him. But I think what we're both saying is bring it to him. Like not every detail. And then she said this and then she said that. And then when she was doing this, I would just be like, she was just saying some stuff that made me feel like maybe you guys are having some issues. Like, is everything okay? What's your side of it? You know, like, I just want to make sure everything's going well with you, you know?
Yeah, and check in on him.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like Rose ain't checking in on him. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. It just does suck. Like, it does suck though. Like, you're my good friend. If Jeff was like saying stuff that was like making me uncomfortable, it does suck that it would feel weird for me to be like, hey, Jeff has like been making comments about my weight and like that. I can't like just, it's hard to bring that to a friend. It's hard to bring to a friend that their partner is doing something that is like rude to that. Or it's like, and also I kind of noticed Jeff was like being rude to you. Like,
right.
It does feel like it's the most friend thing you could do. You're like, I'm coming at this because I am a friend. Like, I'm not secretly in love with him. I don't wish bad things for you.
But I think in this kind of a little brother situation, I feel like, because like I was thinking about, as you were saying that, I was like, I actually know someone whose wife I don't enjoy. And I specifically because I don't like how she treats him.
Yeah.
And I've never said anything. I've definitely distanced myself from them, but I have never said anything about it because I feel like there's also like the whole, you don't know what we're like. Like, oh, that's just what we're like when we're
so
out.
Hard,
it's like,
but you're like, but then also it's like, would a friend pointing it out to you have been like made a difference?
Right.
It's so hard. That's so hard.
Please let us know.
Yes,
I need to know.
Ramona, let us know.
Please.
Ramona, definitely keep us up to date. We love updates. If any of you are listening that have sent in one before a submission that we've read out on the pod and you want to tell us what's going on now, let us know.
You know we love updates. But also, can I just throw it out there? The whole I'm 35 and still haven't found the one, I'm going to die alone. Stop that.
You know
my
why you're
God.
not finding, but you know why you're not finding the one though, is because you're in a relationship with the wrong one.
The wrong one.
If you're in the relationship, it's literally that thing where it's like, you're not gonna find until that, like, what is the whole thing? It's like, you can't, if like the window's closed, like the next chapter's not gonna, I don't even know what the fucking metaphor is. But it's like,
right.
You have to be available for the next thing to be happening to you. You have to be single.
You have to do something for yourself.
Are you waiting just to cheat on this guy?
Man,
meet the one?
The more we're talking about this, I really feel like Rose is trying to break up, but doesn't have the fucking balls to do it, and is trying to like have friends do this.
Yeah, but just don't risk coming on too strong.
No, don't.
And saying too much, talking too much shit, and so that James will think that you're...
Or Jesse,
Jesse James. That Jesse will think that you're like...
pushing it in a weird
trying to
way.
like, because you don't like her because of other reasons. Yeah, maybe don't even mention the stuff she said about you.
About with the weight and everything.
I brought that up. Yeah, but don't even mention that because that will gives it your own personal motive.
But me and Kara know that's... Yeah, 35. Stop.
Come on with that.
Stop with that.
By the way, when you're 35, you probably know yourself a lot better than when you're 25. So you could meet someone on the day you turn 35 and you could be marrying them on the day you turn 36. You don't need to date for 10 years when you're 35.
Yeah.
So it's like everything, I think, moves faster because you know who you are. So like you could meet the right person anytime. Don't be in a relationship that's wasting everybody's fucking time.
Yes.
If that's how you feel.
Yes. And if you feel like you need marriage, because it sounds like Rose wants marriage and maybe Jesse fucking does it.
Yeah, but how would she know? They've never brought it up.
Right.
She's one of these girls that thinks it's just magically going to happen without having a conversation.
I just wish everybody could read my mind.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it goes. You got to communicate. You got to say what you want. You got to say what you need.
Let's make sure, too, like the worst case scenario here is that Jesse goes, I think we're going to get married. That's a bad scenario.
That's a bad scenario.
This girl's out there being like, he's not the love of my life. I mean, whatever. Ugh, everyone with the love of your life shit. Okay, so...
I believe in loves of your life.
Anyway, if you have a bitchuation, please call us or email us or leave us a voicemail or a DM on our Instagram. who'sthebitch.com has all the info for that. We'll see you on the 25th for our fall bitchathon. We'll be probably drinking some kind of fucking pumpkin spice buzzball.
Damn right.
Witchy. We'll have witches' hats on with our kimono. I mean, somebody said it was a kimono the other day and I go, it's a caftan.
It's a caftan.
Anyway, we love you guys.
Cinched, but I feel like
there's no belt.
Yeah, that's a whole other situation.
It's one fluid piece of cloth.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys at the Bitchathon, and we will see you next week right here for another episode of Who's the Bitch.
Bye, everybody.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.